Hello, how are you doing? Well, I did listen to this video this morning that was done by a Michael, and it's on Brett Norman's channel. Brett with one T, Norman's channel. And Michael is from Germany, and he works a lot with this Chakra 66 that I have mentioned before. And his new series is We Own Science in Satan's Kingdom. Science is the new religion. And I really highly recommend that you watch this video, at least one, to kind of get an idea of what other research that this Michael has done. And I do agree with Michael in probably most things, not everything. Of course, he's like a disciple of Jörg, this Chakra 66. But anyways, I think most of what they do teach, I do agree. They tend, I don't know about Michael, but they tend to not believe in this rapture that happens before the wrath of God. They don't focus on that. Their focus is very much on the Jesuits, the Roman Catholic Church, and who really controls this world. And so this is why he made this video again, because it looks like today science is owned, and that's his title. I have talked about that before, about science being the new religion. And why is that so, and what has happened? So I just want to do a little video about that, and also kind of refer to this video, because there's a lot of things that I have thought about this religion, not religion, the science today. Science today, again, has been hijacked. Again, I say it has been hijacked. Again, maybe has always been hijacked, but especially today. Before 1500, before the Reformation, science was in the hands of course, the Roman Catholic Church, the Vatican, the Pope, the man of sin, the man of perdition, the Babylon the Great. Science was totally in the hand of the religion, okay? And people were killed for not believing what the Roman Catholic Church taught. And then, after the Reformation, of course, the Enlightenment started, a little bit after, but then the Enlightenment started. And people were not killed for exploring, and that's exactly, for me, what science is. It's exploring nature, okay? Exploring life, exploring what we're having right here on this earth. And so they developed what they called a scientific method. And the scientific method was supposed to be observing things and proving that something is what we call a fact. Now, of course, a fact is something that we can see, touch, smell, anything with our five senses related to this world. We're living in a three-dimensional, four-dimensional world when we're considering as a time. And so we're experiencing things with these senses that are related to the three-dimensional world. And this is the only way we can prove things. So we went on a exploration into this world, this three-dimensional world, however, at the expense of things we can't see, smell, touch, or whatever. okay, which is the paranormal world. So it's really the world that is beyond our world, which I call dimensions, a different dimension. And in the Bible, we call that heaven. It's a different dimension. There's different heavens, and so there's different dimensions. So this exploration, the scientific exploration, kind of left out this other dimension, even though today we have now come to the point with quantum physics to go into a different world and realizing, hey, there actually is different dimensions, and there's a paranormal part of this world that we can experience with our five senses. But science is always an exploration of the world in terms of our senses, and proving what is true. Okay, what is true. Now, here comes the strange part. We can do that, which I really believe. I believe in this scientific method where you put up a theory or a thesis and you prove that this statement, this assumptions you had, is correct. In other words, you have to prove it. And there's a scientific method that shows that you can prove something, that it actually exists. Okay? So I think that is a very good way of exploring things. Remember, I already mentioned that's the way I approach the Bible. It's by actually proving something, by finding proof in the Bible that something is what you claim it is. So the scientific method is actually a good thing. But what they're now saying is, science also includes all the knowledge that we have acquired, okay, through this scientific knowledge. And then, of course, again, somebody owning it. Okay? Somebody saying, I will tell you what's right and wrong. So no, it's not in the scientist's hands anymore, but it is in the hands of an organization. And that is what we have been experiencing for the past, let's say, 2.5, 3 years. That somebody is in charge of telling us what the science truth is, or the scientific truth is. In other words, we don't have any more freedom to explore and investigate ourselves. Well, we can investigate, but it doesn't matter if we do, because somebody is going to tell us the truth. And this is when science then becomes a religion. Okay? A religion. In other words, somebody is in control that tells everybody what they have to believe. Somebody says, I'm in control of the truth. Okay? That's when science becomes a religion. And it's no longer under this banner of enlightenment. Because enlightenment, under this banner of enlightenment, is exploration. Everybody has the right to explore. Everybody has the right to come to their own conclusion. We are going back to this old time when one ruler, one authority, okay, or one person holds the truth. Not really the truth, but says they hold the truth. Claim that they are, in a sense, God. Because only God, if we go by the Bible, and you know this is a channel, a biblical channel, that we only know that God is the truth. Jesus is the truth. And nobody has the truth except God. We are human beings and we are easily deceived. Easily, people. We live in a world that can easily deceive us because we don't even know what this world is. We think this world is a materialistic world that we can touch, feel, smell, but in reality, maybe it is not even so. Maybe it's only a simulation, an electrical, magnetic, maybe not even magnetic, but electrical simulation, like a holodeck. And people think they know the truth. People say, oh, this earth is flat. Okay? I mean, this is going back to what? A Stone Age thinking? Because this world is not flat and this world may not be round either. It may perceive as round. Okay? We may perceive it as round, but what is it really? And our limited thinking keeps us locked in this box with a little hole in it, and we're supposed to perceive this world in this box through this little hole. Sometimes we can open, as we experience things, we can open this hole a little bigger and get a bigger look at what's really going on. But that's really what we're doing. So do you want to make that hole so little that you only see the world as a flat thing? Or do you want to make the hole a little bit bigger to make it look like maybe it is now maybe a sphere, okay, a sphere. But again, it's only this big, so you're not seeing the whole picture either. So all we can do, and that's what the job of science is, to open these holes in our box, to make it bigger and bigger so we can actually experience this world for what it is. Eventually, maybe, human beings can see more and more and understand more and more what's going on in this world. But that's the job of science. Now, when somebody comes and says, I'm going to control science, what they're basically doing is they're trying to keep us in this kind of a vision. We're in our box and they're closing in the holes that we have made during this enlightenment. And I'm not saying enlightenment is always a good thing, because if we do not have the Bible as a what do you call it? A measurement, okay, or a path we go by, something that we are checking our knowledge by, then human beings can totally, again, be deceived, number one, and then go astray. So who is the deceiver who is interested in deceiving us? And number one, keeping this hole as little as possible or small as possible. Who is that? And this, Michael also addresses this very, very well. That is Satan. And he says clearly that we're living in Satan's kingdom. Not only, I have been saying that on my videos all the time. We literally live in Satan's kingdom. And so Satan wants to control our world. And we need to understand that. That's the way it is. Satan does not want us to have freedom of choice. Freedom of choice comes only from God. And people don't understand that. People think that God is the one that's restricting our freedom, but in reality is only Satan. Yes, there's consequences. If I go down the road and I take the wrong road, I'm driving and I'm taking the wrong road, and one side ends up in a road that is eroded and it goes down into a valley, and I drive with my car and all of a sudden I'm running off the cliff into this engulfment. Okay, that's then what I choose. I chose the wrong road. I didn't watch maybe the signs or whatever that says, hey, this road is closed, and I went there anyways. And I drove down into this hole. Okay? Because the road broke off. You understand? It's my fault. I cannot then blame like the city, the county, or whatever, that I did not pay attention. Or God. Hey, it's God's fault because I now was killed or was, injured in the process. My car was totaled. I cannot blame God for that because I made the wrong decision. See, God doesn't say, oh no, you can't go this way. I mean, he does kind of say, you shouldn't be going this way. This is going to be dangerous. But if I go anyways, because I'm saying, oh, I'm not going to listen to you. You don't know what you're talking about. It's our fault. Okay? Now, Satan is different. Satan will totally close a road. And he will say, you can only walk on this road right here. This is what Satan does. He doesn't give you choices. That's just the way it is. Okay? Now, a lot of people are not aware of that. And today, especially today, people, we're going right back into this mindset that used to exist before the Reformation. The Reformation, or Protestantism, is on the verge of losing, probably already lost. Okay, already lost. What we worked for, or what we accomplished during the Reformation, is almost gone. It's almost gone. And people, of course, don't understand that at all. That really that's what happened. Because of the Reformation, we had enlightenment. Because of the Reformation, we put choice, freedom of choice, on the pedestal. Because of the Reformation, we actually had the United States, which gave people freedom from tyranny. But within the last 150 years, that has changed. Because from the beginning, Satan was here in the United States and changed it. And we were so busy, and I'm saying we because I believe I belong to, of course, this human family. We were as humanity, as people of the United States, we were so busy accumulating wealth. We were so busy accumulating materialistic things. We were so busy making life pleasurable for us that we lost the connection to God more and more. And the churches only became a Sunday thing or a holiday thing. Oh, we go to the church on Sunday, which is wrong anyways, which wasn't really reformed. It should not be Sunday. But again, it doesn't really matter. I'm not going to make a point over that right now. But we focused on worldly things. Healthcare system, for instance, and messed it totally up. and we didn't focus on the relationship with God. And so what we ended up with is that Satan again took over the United States. In what way? The same way he took over Europe. In what way did Satan own Europe? In what way did he control Europe? Through Babylon the Great, through the Roman Catholic Church. That's how he controlled Europe. Absolutely, totally. Now, if you don't understand that, please do some research into history. Okay? I know you are safe, or you were safe over here. You have been grace saved over here in the United States. Well, we are such a good country and blah, 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 blah. But hey, we have lost control of this country. If you call yourself a true Christian or a Protestant, whatever you call, you have lost control of this country. And you should know that right now because of what is going on politically. If you're still not getting it, if you're still thinking somebody like Trump is going to save you, no. We have lost control of this. The people have lost control and have given it into the hands of Satan's instrument, which is papacy. And of course, people say, oh no, we have nothing with the Pope. Yeah, you do. You do. Because the Pope came into this country behind the scenes. You don't even know it. Through the members, through the people, through the Catholics. That's how he infiltrated. Through the educational system. Through the healthcare system. That's how he infiltrated into this country and has taken over right now. Matter of fact, Biden wanted to take over, period. Remember, not too long ago, what he tried to do? I cannot even mention it on this channel, YouTube. Of course, this video is going to go on Rumble and on BitChute as well. So anyways, it doesn't matter. But YouTube is in the hands of exactly that elite. Now, that's just the way it is. Okay? So, yeah, he took over. Satan took over this country too. This country that was, yes, supposed to be founded on freedom of religion and freedom, liberty, and it was founded for the people. And no, that is gone. It's almost gone. Now, yeah, we have some people still left that are fighting it. And if we wouldn't have the people that are fighting it still today, we would have already lost. At least in our country, things are still in place that we can fight. But we had really not enough people that fought this tyranny that we had for the past 2.5 years. There should have been a lot more resistance. But again, like I said, people are just totally complacent. They have more interest in acquiring wealth, doing well, having a big truck, a big house, whatever. Whatever their desire is. And it's not really a desire to please God or to even follow him. Okay? That's not anymore the case. So what have we done? We have given our freedom into the hands again of Satan and his representative, which is Babylon the Great, or the man of sin, which so many call Antichrist, and they don't even believe that he exists. Now, how can that be the worst deception, that people don't even realize who the Antichrist is? Oh, we blabber, 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 Antichrist. Oh, blabber, 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 right? But we don't even know who it is. Who is man of perdition, this man of sin, this Babylon the Great is? Most people don't. And yet, it's in the hands of Satan. Somebody is Satan's agents. Is Satan agent one or agents? Now, this Brett and this Michael, they have done enough videos to show that it's in the hands of the Jesuits. So when you go up this pyramid of power people, right, and you see, oh, here is Klaus Schwab and Bill Gates and the guy Tedros, right, you know, from the World Health Organization. So you see these people, you know, more and more, there's more people, you know, that are on that money level, right? Like World Economic Forum level. And people are saying, oh, it's behind, oh, then they're going to BlackRock. And that's where they stop. And they're saying, oh, we don't know who else is behind it. Now, why would you think Satan wants you to know? Satan doesn't want you to know who he is using, you know, who is pulling the strings. And of course, if you go up to this pyramid, on top is the all-seeing eye, which is Satan. You know that on the dollar bill. Have you ever looked at the dollar bill on the pyramid? What's on top of it? It's the all-seeing eye. Oh, what's the all-seeing eye? That's Satan. Satan, who controls everything on this pyramid. And the pyramid, of course, is the pyramid of this, you know, power pyramid, the world. And everything is in the hands of Satan. Yeah, we had some good time here in the States where we, you know, for at least the first 100 years, you know, there was freedom, and then it just dwindled down and people couldn't realize it. I have mentioned that even during the time of Abraham Lincoln, that things already went down the drain for the United States because the Vatican again infiltrated, or the Jesuits. I have talked about that in my videos. And so again, today we're getting to this place who owns everything, not just science, okay? Not just science. Who owns science? Who owns the health organization? Who owns the educational system? Oh, we're thinking in the States, oh, we're educated free and we're educated to have a critical mind and to be able to critically look at things. That's what we're, you know, learning in school. People, that's very far away from anything. No, we're not taught critical thinking, especially anymore today. Our kids are learned, this is the fact, and you take it. And the facts are even wrong. They're even taught lies. Lies. Have you watched my last video? Or not the video before that I posted on BitChute. Lies, lies, lies about these radio waves. If you haven't, you should be watching that video, because clearly it shows you clearly, people, okay, who controls things and who has been controlling things for a long, long time. There are lies, 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 and they call it in the name of science. They're saying it's scientific, but it's not scientific. There is no proof, because that is the scientific method, that you prove something, okay? That you prove it actually exists. And we haven't been doing that for a long, long time. Like we call things theory, like the evolution. Evolution is a theory, people, okay? Evolution is a theory. Terrain theory, right? Or germ theory. These are all theories. Okay? Germ theory, right? So that means they have not been proven. But anyways, I'm coming to an end. Please watch this video by Michael. Brett Norman is the channel. Maybe subscribe to him. I don't know. I'm subscribed to him. I have been subscribed to him, and I don't watch him very often. But sometimes I just find these things, and some people have done a really good research, and I think we need to be informed. We need to be informed who is in charge of this world, and we need to be very, very careful, especially if you have children that are still going to school. You have to teach your kids that science is not this ultimate truth. Science is really a method. It should be a method. I have looked up science, and Wikipedia, I think, is the definition. Systematic enterprise that builds and organizes knowledge. That's what science is today. And the set of knowledge produced by this enterprise. It's now an enterprise. Okay? It's now an enterprise. What's an enterprise? Like a business? A business? No. For me, science is a way to observe the world. Yes, there is knowledge involved, and you're collecting knowledge. Absolutely. But people, nobody is in charge. Nobody is in charge of science. And I think that is important to know. And what we hear today about science is just unbelievable. Another thing I think where they started going really wrong is that science is in the hands of scientists. Okay? So nobody else has the right to do scientific studies. Only a scientist is the expert in doing science. And people, again, that means also you have to go to the university, to the schools to be indoctrinated. That's another thing that they have been putting in your brain. Oh no, you're too dumb to do the science, right? No, you're not the scientist. You have not studied this subject. You have not gone to school and been indoctrinated in a certain doctrine. Okay? See, this is when you get a culture that's becoming more and more stuck in legalism. That's what happens. That's when people take over and control things. And this is when Satan, of course, controls things. Again. So, people, be very careful. Open your mind to the truth. Don't be stuck in flat earth, round earth, whatever earth. And I'm just saying that because it is an example how you can get stuck. Okay, you want to get stuck back in a flat earth that the Roman Catholic Church insisted on before the Reformation, before people did studies and observed. It can't be right. Because yes, during the before the Reformation, people were stuck in the flat earth thinking. And that's exactly what it is. It's a flat earth thinking. It's a two-dimensional thinking, people. Okay? We are should be past a three-dimensional thinking. We should be past even a four-dimensional thinking, even though our brain has a hard time handling it. But the Bible talks about another dimension, heaven all the time. The Bible is not stuck in a two-dimensional thinking. We need to investigate and find information. And anybody who hinders that is Satan. Because he wants us to stay stuck in the box with just a teeny little hole in it. So we only see this as much about the world. And don't let him do that. Don't let him do that. Don't let him put you in a box, because God gave you the whole view. He wants you to have total view of what's going on. He wants to rip that box away from you so you actually see what's going on and who is really in control of this world. So yeah, people, don't be fooled. Don't be fooled. Science is not, limited. Science is something, and nobody can own it. Nobody can own it. It's in your hands and in your investigation, and it's in every person's hand. And yes, the truth needs to be seen and measured. I can't say, the sky is green when it's blue and everybody else knows it's blue, so it has to be defined. How many times do I say that? You have to define it. What's the definition? And that's the way we approach the Bible as well. All right, we're truly coming to an end. Let the Holy Spirit guide you always.